Hello everybody, welcome back to the Gentleman Gamers Halloween stream. We are going to be starting Eternal Darkness today. So let me just... There. Just trying to get the chat box all set up right now. Let's see. Okay, we are set to go.
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
That's how you know this game is serious. It starts quoting Edgar Allan Poe. Oh, the Raven.
Nintendo.
You too will come to understand fear as I have.
Back when Silicon Knights was good. Yeah, I actually heard that this was the very first M-rated game that Nintendo actually published. Can't actually remember anything that was M-rated before this, to be honest, so that may actually be true. So. I'm sorry, I just like this intro. That intro was really, really dark, so let's just... Lost a color definition, but that's okay. Let's just go ahead and shut that off, because I don't want... No, that's fine. I don't want you to have to hear the rumble on the mic audio, so that's why I shut that off.
Flesh, bone, bound together with the oddest magical incantation. This wretched book is where it all began so long ago. Before time, before humanity. I am Dr. Edward Roivas. I am a clinical psychologist. I am also dead. This is not my story, nor even the story of the Roivas family. It is the story of humanity. Like it or not, believe it or not, as you will. Your perceptions will not change reality, but simply color it. Humanity has been on the edge of extinction for 2 millennia, ignorant of so much and dependent on so few. The Guardians grow restless. Their time once again near. Whether by fate or misfortune, my family has crossed their path, and they didn't take kindly to it. Their attention turns to my granddaughter, for she is the last of my line, and the last hope for humanity.
I hope that's not too dark. The rest of the game isn't going to be this dark. So just, see.
Remember me, Alex.
Just so you know, that scratchy noise is the disk streaming data in the console.
Hello?
Miss Alexandra Roivas?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Inspector LeGrasse of the Rhode Island Police. I'm sorry to disturb you, but there's been an accident with your grandfather.
I'll be on the next flight out.
I'm just moving a few things.
Ah, Miss Roivas. I'm pleased to meet you. I trust you had a pleasant trip?
Yes, I suppose so, considering.
Yes, my condolences. This is most unpleasant. It's a shame we couldn't meet under brighter circumstances.
Yes, it is. Can we get this over with, please?
Of course. This way. But I must warn you, it's not a pleasant sight. I'm afraid there's not much to see. Miss Roivas, is that your grandfather, Edward?
Yes, it's him. He's wearing our family ring. I don't understand. Why are you showing me this? Can't you check dental records or something? What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. It's my job, lady. You're the only living relative, and no, we can't check dental records. There's no head. Ah, none of this makes sense. There's no sign of intrusion, and there was certainly a lot of force used here. I have never seen anything like this in my 20 years on the force. We have no evidence except for the body, and what's left doesn't say much. Ugh, we don't have a single clue.
Well, you better find out who did this. I'm not leaving Rhode Island until you do. There must be some clue in this old mansion revealing what happened. I want answers.
So do I. I wish I had some.
And if anybody recognizes the voice of Alex, that's actually Jennifer Hale. She's a very prolific voice actress. So, in case you were wondering. Shocked by her grandfather's mysterious death and frustrated at the incompetence of the local police, Alex vows to uncover the truth. She decides to search the mansion, a place where Edward conducted his research. If there was a tie to his past, and possibly a tie to his murderer, it would be here. Kitchen. into the door, taking the place of the lock. A colored sigil is carved into the wood above a wide slot. The slot is just wide enough to insert a narrow blade. Seems like a awfully elaborate for a pantry? Looks like a pantry. It is a pantry. Why is there a fire still? Just initial tutorial. Sorry, I'm gonna turn the brightness way up. That's still way too dark. Yes, save and continue. No, that's better. A grand piano stands here, awaiting the hands of a decent musician. Unfortunately, Edward never really lived up to that description, and as such, the piano fell into disuse. Such a small dining room? Kind of a weird place to have a piano. Certainly an eccentric layout here. Portraits of the ancestral Roivas line, the foyer walls. Their faces reveal a dark, brooding edge. There's something about each one that gives the viewer an unsettling feeling. This seems strangely out of place. A beautiful carriage clock. The hands appear to be stuck, yet the clock continues to tick, with the time permanently set to 3:33. There is a key in the back of the lock, presumably for winding it. Alex picks up the desk clock and pulls the key from it. However, there is something odd about the key. It isn't for winding it at all. It looks like a dresser key. Another ancestor of the Roivas family. There's another one over here. They actually are pretty unsettling looking. This must be where her grandfather did all of his studying. In the warm glow of candlelight, the Roivas family tree hangs from the wall. Shadows flitter across its surface, obscuring the detail. If one looks closely, the family's secrets are revealed. Can you spot the secret? I can. But I'm not telling you what it is. Okay, that's enough. One little change. I'm just gonna. Observatory. A crank socket is mounted in the telescope and appears to be linked to a mirror supported by a brass pedestal. A curious contraption, to be sure. What purpose can it possibly serve? There's no point. A globe cradled in a wooden frame. Its glossy surface is painted in the likeness of an ancient map. A lens is situated in the northern hemisphere. Goodness. Above a label that reads, "There be dragons here." Dragons? I wonder what he means. Well, let's go down this study hall. The library, rather. The books in this corner seem to focus on the supernatural. The writings of Poe, Lovecraft, the poetry of Blake, the art of Bosch, everything with a tie to ethereal horror or fantasy. It is all here, a reference library to the arcane. Was this Alec's grandfather's secret hobby? Sure has a lot of desks. This looming grandfather clock seems to stand ominously in the corner, gazing on this empty room with an almost patriarchal air. Let's adjust the clock hands. Ooh, what do we got in here? Was this Alec's grandfather's secret hobby? What could be behind that door? Let's check it out. The plot thickens. An aged page set inside a glass frame hangs on the wall. An insane scribbling covers the page, incomprehensible to Alex. Perhaps if Alex some kind of tome, it could be deciphered. This Gothic cathedral is silhouetted against a stark light. The image is vicious and devoid of subtlety. Every brushstroke echoes the spikes of the architecture, imbuing a violent feeling, as though the building itself is a harsh imposition on reality. A grim picture, indeed. I agree. This looks like some kind of mask. The face is serene in composure, with a faint hint of a smile tugging at the corners of the mouth, and eyes closed in deep meditation. Painting of a jungle-shrouded building. It seems to be a temple in Asia, perhaps from Thailand or Cambodia. Texture resolution's too low. This is a bizarre drawing of a cyclopean city, its immense architecture bathed in an unnatural fog. The detail is incredible. As Alex studies it, she can almost imagine the city's inhabitants. What sort of inhabitants is she imagining? ancient Roman weapon, a gladius, is on display above the fireplace mantel. Another token of eclectic junk. And again, texture resolution's way too low. A diabolic drawing of a stack of human bodies, each one cemented into place. What twisted psyche could have executed this drawing? So disturbing, it is meticulously rendered down to the subtlest detail. The precise anatomy of fractured bones and the convulsions of spines and ribs entwine into a mesmerizing sight. A small shrine of candles. Their placement appears to be very deliberate, matching the etchings on the table and the wall's illustration. Obviously the candles are unlit. What the hell is this thing? A large leather-bound antique book rests upon the cluttered desk. Should Alex read the book? Well, yeah.
I had no knowledge of what was to come, nor did I care. How the knowledge changed me, it will also change you. As you read this, you will come to learn fear as I have. You too will come to understand, or you will perish. To think that once I could not see beyond the veil of our reality. To see those who dwell behind. My life now has purpose, for I have learned the frailty of flesh and bone. I was once a fool.
Ancient Persia, 26 BC.
Viris quies candam est, viris conservandae. Facusatis aquae sumat, et animus eorum confirma. Pupna huis, dia sit modo prima multarum, si inceptum confiamus.
Quam primum, Centurio Augustus. I would like to compliment you once more on your battle tactics. Our enemies did not have a chance.
Of course not.
Do you believe that it really exists, Centurion?
I do not doubt our Emperor's beliefs, or his orders. But if we are to retrieve the artifact, then we must be strong and patient.
I have a feeling he's walking into a trap. That's just my gut feeling. Told you. The dies on the floor is finely crafted, inlaid with gold and gems that Pius can't identify. A strong linear design is situated in the middle and is equally unknown to the Roman soldier. A ladder leads into the dark heart of the labyrinth. danger lurks beneath, yet Pius's courageous resolve does not buckle. He ventures forth. Gods, the dead rise! Take me to the experience. Step right behind. Decaying heart. A strange granite block lies on the floor. Please have something. How many more things Pius face? Incapacitated undead. Calls to me. Calls to me from down here. Maybe those granite blocks have me do something. Do not tire, Pius. A strange granite block sits in the middle of the dais. I don't know. This wall is prominently decorated with a strange lined symbol carved into the granite. Cut into the wall is a square hole lined with scratches as if something has been removed from it. Removed from it. Removed from it. As if they weren't subtle already. What sorcery is this? Does it say the same thing? So just put the block in the hole. You heard something from the hole. Aha! The statue looks just like Pius. What sort of unholy magic is this? Pius, you must prove your worth by destroying this statue. That's just a tutorial on combat. So. Onward. A button attached to a small pylon softly illuminates the room. A bizarre energy seems to radiate from it. Maybe this will be... This is the exit to the labyrinth. It can never be certain. These strange objects. A strange sculpture resembling a red clawed worm mysteriously floats above the pedestal. Should Pius claim this artifact? Shaped like a delicate dome, a pale blue statuette floats gracefully above the pedestal. An effigy resembling a warped angel, shaped from dark green emerald, hovers effortlessly above the pedestal. I'll start with this one. Yes, you fool!
Eons have passed since then, and I have learned much. I was once as naive as a child, but now my mind is sharp. With the power of Xel'lotath, I can now read the thoughts of others and make them raving mad with a mere suggestion. Face me, and you shall surely perish.
The power of Xel'lotath. Alex has acquired the Tome of Eternal Darkness. Well, that is going to do it for Chapter 1 of Eternal Darkness. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I hope you come back tomorrow and we can continue this bizarre little adventure of ours as we venture deeper into madness. Take care, everybody.